Hey there, superheroes! Today we're gonna draw you! Let's get started by picking up our pencil and drawing a giant plus sign very lightly on our paper. So you're going to do a line up and down. This is called a vertical line, straight down the middle. Notice that I don't really care what it looks like. It doesn't have to be straight, just the best you can. And then you're going to do a line from side to side. That's a horizontal line across the middle of your paper. That way it looks like a great big plus sign and divides your paper into 4 sections. Now I want you to know that your superhero can be a boy or a girl. Today I'm going to start with a boy, but if you keep watching into the pro tips, I'll show you how to make it a girl very easily just by adding a little bit of hair. So what we're going to start with is a upside down rainbow shape. This is going to be an inverted arc, an upside down rainbow right here where the bottom part of it touches where these 2 lines cross, right here. So like this. Like a great big smile. Now on each side of this line you just made, I want you to draw a C, a small little C. And on the other side, I want you to draw a backward C. These are going to be his ears. Then, I want you to draw a line straight up. And on the other side, a line straight up about the same distance. It can go as tall as you want. I'm going to do it about like this today. And then with a lightly curved line, I want you to connect it. So it curves, it has nice curves on the corners and then connects with the straight line. Now nobody has a square head, so now let's draw some hair. What I want you to do is make from this point right here where there would be a corner, I want you to take and make a small little bump and then bring it down, back down to the ear. Then on the top, come out from the same corner. And you can make this as big and as fancy as you want. I like my superheroes to have pretty big, pretty cool hair. So I'm going to come and make it a pretty big little swooshy. Just like this, and I'm going to swoosh up. This is how you make boy hair. You could also do any other type of hair that you can imagine. You work with it and make it how you want it to look. I gave my guy a couple little bangs, some little pokies. You do what you want to make your superhero hair. Now start in the middle, and I'm going to make a little cute little curly bang in the front. And how I'm going to do that is a little curve, and then I'm going to come back and curve the same way back in. So I've got 2 little curves that make almost like a moon shape. And then from each side, I'm just going to make a nice wavy little line down to the ear point. Now let's work on his eyes. So on this left side of the line, I want you to draw an oval, a long little oval. And let's do the same thing on the other side. Then make a tiny curved line on the bottom. And when you finish with that, make a small oval at the top right side of the inside of both of your ovals. Now take your pencil and color in this inner oval here. You don't have to do it very dark, but just to give it a nice eye color. What this inner oval of white does, now if you don't color in the white, what that does is it makes it look like a bright light is shining into your superhero's eyes, and it makes him really kind of come to life. Now you're going to do the only erasing of the whole thing. I want you to erase this inner line of the hair and your guidelines. You can pause the video here to give yourself time to work. Great, now that you've erased all your guidelines, we're going to add some detail. I want you to draw a little arc for his nose, just like this. Now you decide how you want the mouth to be. Today I'm going to do just a nice curvy smile line. You could draw an open mouth, you could draw lots of teeth, you can draw a sideways smile, you can do what you want, but I'm going to just draw a regular smile. Now where his chin comes in, I want you to come a little bit to the left and make a little curvy line. And do the same thing on the right side. This will be his neck. Connect them with a little bit of another curvy line. Very nice. It's looking great. Now come to this little corner right here on the neck. Come down just a little bit and put a dot. And then do the same thing on the other side. Find that right corner where the neck comes together. Come down a little bit and put a dot. Now from that dot, I want you to draw 2 lines going straight down. And then connect the bottom with a slightly arched line. This is going to be his belt, but we'll get to detailing that later. Next, come back up to this little part of his neck and draw a line out and another line back in, right to about where that curvy line at the bottom is. Let's do the same thing on the other side. Draw a line out and down, and then come back in about to where that belt would be. I know your superhero is looking awesome, so let's put a little V at the top of each of these straight lines, and then from that base of the V, or where you put that dot, I want you to draw a line out and a line back in. Line out and a line back in. So now you have his arms and his shirt. Let's finish his belt. From here, make 2 short lines to extend the waistline out just a little bit, and then make another line that looks just like this curvy line underneath it. Just like this. Now if you want to put a belt buckle on or do something fancy on the belt, you are welcome to. I'm going to leave it like this today, but you make your superhero the way you want it to be. Let's come here and extend this line down quite a bit, all the way down on both sides the same distance, and then draw another line in the middle. These are his legs. Connect the 2 with slightly curved lines, and then we'll do easy shoes. I want you to come to the right side and draw a bump down to the ground, or down a little bit, just like this. Let's do the same thing on the other side. Come out and bump back down. Then in the middle here, draw that line down to this so that these are all kind of on the same distance here, the same distance from the bottom. And then for the bottom of the shoe, you'll come and put 2 lines like this. So do that on both sides. Make the bottom of the shoe nice and parallel. Parallel means going the same direction, the same way. So right here we have 2 lines that are the same length going the same way. These lines are parallel. All right, let's do the cape. This part's fun. I want you to come to this same point on the neck that we did so many other things on, right here where the neck meets the shirt line. Draw a curved bump that then comes down with a little bit of a wave. And then from the bottom of that wave, give it a little bit more of a wave down to the bottom. You can make a long cape like I have, or a shorter cape. You decide. Now we're going to come and do the same thing on the other side. A line out, a little curvy line, and then a wavy line back in. Just try to make both sides of your cape the same length. so that it looks like it's just going behind his legs. Last but not least, let's give him a superhero symbol. You can choose any symbol you like. If you don't like the one I draw, you draw your own. This is your superhero. But let me show you how I'm going to do this one. You draw a short line right across the chest, a diagonal line from each of the corners, very short, and then come down and make it a point in the middle. Kind of looks like a diamond. And then what I want you to do if you're doing this kind of symbol is come and draw parallel lines inside. That means the same shape, but just a little bit on the inside. Now when you finish your superhero, you go ahead and give him any letter you want inside that little symbol. Keep watching for pro tips on how to finish your drawing and how to make it a girl if you want to. Let's start with how to make your superhero a girl. So I've done the basic shape of the superhero, but I've left the hair to show you here. So what I'm going to do is come to this corner still, and I'm going to give her a side part. So I'm going to come from the corner and still do that little loopy curve down to the ear, just like I did with the boy. But then, instead of a swoopy curve that comes up to points and a bunch of spikes over here, I'm just going to make it a little bit softer. I'm still going to come up from this corner and kind of make it a little bit wavy, but then it's going to come around behind this side, maybe tucking behind the ear, maybe not. And then make it as long as I want it to be. And then on the bottom, you're just going to come in with these little wavy zigzags to give her a little bit of a curl. On the other side, come down as wavy as you want and do the same thing on the other side. Now, of course, if you want your superhero hair to have an afro or mohawk or whatever crazy thing you dream up for your superhero, make that happen. Make this hair your own and your superhero your own, because that is what this class is all about. But if you're following along with me, we'll do another slightly curved line underneath right here to make the hair go behind her ear. And then we'll just give her a nice wavy curve until this hair goes behind this ear as well. You can even give a few loose hairs that come kind of in front of the ear if you like. Your choice. Whichever superhero you're working with, let me give you a few little tips on how to color it in. The first thing you're going to want to do, especially if you're working with pen, is to outline all your best lines with black. And then also color in the eyes where you colored in the pencil. Color those in solid black as well. Now when choosing color, you can choose any color you want. You make your superhero pink or green or red or purple or any color in between. If you've watched my color theory video, you know that the primary colors of red, blue, and yellow draw the eye and make it the brightest. These colors are very often used with superheroes. So if you can't decide which colors to use, these might be good ones to start with. But truly, you can use any color you dream of. Thank you so much for joining me today. I know your superheroes turned out amazing. If you send me a picture of your art, I'll make sure to post it on Instagram. Have a super day.